Hey, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakwadash. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that did teach us this truth. And as always, peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Just a quick look back um on the different captivities the Hebrew Israelites were in, and just seeing some of these nations, all of them, all right, all of the nations, man, have had us in some type of bondage or captivity. But we're going to look at why that is. It's the same thing we're trying to tell our people now through the Spirit, that this is not our rest, that guess what? Hey, we sinned against the Lord. So that's why we're in this particular state now. I mean, especially in Babylon the Great. A lot of our people are prospering right now, so they could care less, who we are. As long as they're prospering, they don't really care, But a change is coming, man. So we'll get straight into this. This is Second Kings, and we'll start at chapter 17 and verse 6. In the ninth year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria, took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria, all right, and placed them in Halah and in harbor by the river of Gozan, and in the cities of the Medes. All right, verse 7. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord Yahweh, all right, their God, which had brought them out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and had feared other gods. So I going back to the Egyptian captivity, they had us in captivity. Now the Assyrians, man, everyone is getting their licks on us, man, because of our transgressions. It's telling us why the Lord put us in the captivity each time is because of what? We sinned against Yahweh, our God, our power. In verse 8, and walked in the statutes of the heathen. And that's what's going on right now. Now we're prophesying through the Spirit of the Lord. Hey, man, judgment is getting ready to come upon you Israelites that don't want to get right, man. All right. Now we know through the Spirit that, hey, man's goings are of the Lord. So it's up ultimately the Lord who chose who he wanted and didn't want to serve him, man. But we just the messengers, man. All right. We are just the messengers, but we are prophesying to the 2/3 of the nation of Israel that y'all need to get y'all shit together, man, and stop observing these heathen ways, man. All right. In verse 8 again, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom the Lord Yahweh cast out from before the children of Israel and of the kings of Israel which they had made. Okay. In verse 9, and the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord Yahweh their God. And man, you see that now. But the difference is now our people are not hiding nothing. Whatever type of confused as idolatry, or what's the word I'm looking for? I'll just leave it at that. Whatever our people are in, man, they don't hide it. I mean, especially when it comes to all other manners of wickedness, especially the woman. She don't hide her whoredom. She's out there butt boom naked, damn near every day, man. But especially, we're talking about the spiritual side of things, man, and idolatry. Our people don't hide. They, oh, I'm a Muslim, or I'm a Christian, and ain't really keeping the law, statutes, and commandments like they ought to, man. All right. And this is why the Lord put us into these different captivities, man. All right. And this is how we got into the captivity that we're in this very day, man. Being brought here on slave ships, man, being hung from trees, picking cotton, beaten. And as time progressed, it got a little bit better, but we're still in our captivity, man. We may not be in the fields getting beat on, all right, like physically, but this whole system is slavery. Look at the industrial prison complex, man, and how they play these games with these laws that they put in place to keep them prisons filled with Israelite men, all right, majority, all right. That's who is populating these prisons. It's us, you know what I mean, the Israelites, man. But it's because of our transgressions, and this is something that we have to acknowledge, man. That's a part of us waking up and coming back to the Lord, is acknowledging our faults. We got to acknowledge, man, that we went off, man, and take that. That's why the Lord said this is for men. All right, this truth is for men, man, because that's the nature of a real man, is to have accountability. Hey, the women and children don't. You know what I mean? A real woman will. You know, and a child that's brought up right will. But hey, are the women, are the children being brought up right? Are the women, in order? Absolutely not. So they don't have any integrity. And that goes for the 2/3 men of the nation of Israel too. They're showing themselves to be like women. They're not fighting for our nation, fighting for Yahweh Shem Shah. They're not standing up for righteousness. They're just spewing a bunch of nonsense, man, and chasing these women with these damn butt shots, man. All right, that's online 24/7 and broadcasting their bodies for the whole earth to see, man. We don't have time for that. Again, verse 8, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, and whom the Lord Yahweh cast out from before the children of Israel, and of the kings of Israel which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things which were not right against Yahweh their God, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city, man. All right, and that just shows you how far our people are willing to go when it comes to idolatry. It's one, hey, the Lord, the first thing He taught us, man, when He's giving us those commandments, introducing Himself to us, man. I'm, your Lord, Yahweh. All right, thou shalt not have any other gods before me. Lord let us know He was a jealous power, man. In idolatry, man, it provokes the Lord to anger. And because we didn't keep the covenant which the Lord, made with us in the wilderness, amen, he let all manners of holy hell, all right, rain down upon the Israelites, man. And these captivities that we have experienced were horrible. And not only the physical mistreatment, but the psychological. And that's what we deal with now more than before, is the psyop. You know what I mean? How we had our heritage, our culture, our God, all right, beat out of us. You know what I mean? And we inherited generation through generation just lies and confusion, man. That is a great psychological operation that the Lord has allowed the enemy to do on the Hebrew Israelites, man. But guess what? The Lord got a remnant, and they're coming out of it, all right? And they're coming out of it, and they're calling upon their power again, and they're striving to serve the Lord to the best of their ability. Not going to be able to do it perfectly, all right, because we're in this flesh, man. But I always say we putting forth a decent effort to come out of those heathen ways that we inherited, man, because of our transgressions, man. All right, moving along. Let's go to First Chronicles chapter 9 and verse 1. So all Israel were reckoned by genealogies, and behold, they were written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah, who were carried away to Babylon for their transgressions, man. All right, there it is again, man. All these nations have had us in the captivity. Why? Because of our transgression, and what it's saying. All right, transgressing the law. And that is why, and our people not calling upon Malak Yahweh Shah. All right, we don't have to do the animal sacrifices no more. All right, because of the sacrifice Malak Yahweh Shah made for that, for the hopeful elect. But these 2/3, they're not calling upon Yahweh Shem Shah and feeling sorrowful and repenting from their evil deeds, man. They're just going harder with it. All right, but again, it goes back to accountability, man, which is a trait of a real man of the Lord. We got accountability, man. We're not finna sit here and pretend like we didn't mess up. Hell, we messed up, but we got to keep it pushing, man. And that's what you see and hear on a daily basis. The men of Yahweh Shem Shah having that accountability, but able to having that accountability and able to acknowledge their fault and continue to to push this word, man, and teach the people and prepare the people for this battle, this great spiritual battle that's gonna here pretty soon manifest into some physical conflict. All right, we're trying to prepare our people, ourselves first and foremost, all right, but as well as our nation, because we got love for our people, man. Long as you keeping these law statutes and to the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, hell, a brother or sister shouldn't have to worry about you. Ain't got to worry about you committing adultery. Well, first and foremost, we got to worry about you committing idolatry, and becoming a freaking weirdo. And because of that idolatry, you got all different manners of doctrines, confusing your mind, which is going to make you a bugged out individually sooner or later. And then you got the commandments that the Lord gave us, how we deal with one another. I ain't got to worry about one of my brothers and sisters stealing from me. All right, being jealous of what I have or what the Lord has given me, etc., etc. And that, keeping the law, especially those 10 commandments, would produce a high functioning nation. But again, the majority of our people want to do whatever they want to do, and look at what it cost us, man. And guess what? We're prophesying through the Spirit. You're about to see this harsh, mean God that y'all claim y'all know. Y'all about to see, a great portion of his wrath, man, as far as he want to take it. Because man, if you can receive it, if the Lord was to ever unleash his full wrath, I don't think the earth would, this shit would probably be obliterated. You know what I mean? But the Lord is definitely gonna unleash a great portion of his holy wrath upon this entire earth, starting with 2/3 of the nation of Israel, because they didn't come back to the Lord when the Lord was being merciful and showing grace unto the nation of Israel. Matter of fact, they went even harder with the rebellion and mocked and scoffed at Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the prophets, man, which is why, all these calamities is going to come. All right. And it's going to catch these idiots as a thief in the night, man, because they're not looking. All right. And if they're not looking and watching, obviously they're not preparing for no great tribulation, for no mark of the beast, for no famine, for no cannibalism, for no gun shootouts, because all that's coming, man. You know what I mean? It's going to be rough. But this is why we have to have that faith and rapport with Yahweh Hashem and Yahushua, so that the Lord will be with us during this prophesied time of great tribulation. All right. Let's go to the book of Ezra 9 and verse 9. For we were bondmen, yet our God, our power, Yahweh Hashem and Yahushua, have not forsaken us in our bondage, man. And that's even today, man. That's in relation, to the Lord's hopeful elect, man. The Lord always has a remnant of, fearful Israelites, but hath extended mercy unto us in the sight of the kings of Persia. So there's that Persian captivity. And remember, I just wanted to go into just bringing out some precepts to show, that these other nations did in fact have us in captivity, bondage, slavery. All right, to give us a reviving, to set up the house of our power, and to repair the desolations thereof, and to give us a wall in Judah and in Jerusalem. And the full manifestation of that wall, all right, is going to be the actual kingdom, all right, Malak Yahushua, and establishing, setting up his men, and manifesting, all right. But right now, this is just a spiritual fight, and we're the Lord is rebuilding the nation of Israel, a one Israelite at a time, man, starting with Malak Yahushua, all right, and the Lord's apostles, all right, and King David and the men that follow, Yahweh Bahashem and Yahushua, all right, the prophets that you hear, and the men, women, and children that follow Yahweh Bahashem and Yahushua via the words of the prophets, man, all right. This is all helping to rebuild, and we're prophesying, you 2/3 Israelites ain't gonna make it this go around, but eventually you all will be back in this kingdom, man. That's all part of prophecy, man. Our whole nation coming back into order, man, coming back into that glory. But there is a process. You can't just make up your own damn story just because you don't like the way that the story sounds. Yeah, a lot of 66%, man. All right, do the math on that. We don't know how many Israelites there is on the earth, you know what I mean? But just do the math on that. You know what I mean? That's a lot of Israelites that's not going to make it this go round, man. All right, let's go to the book of Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 8 and verse 18, I believe. And to the intent and to entreat them that they would take the yoke from them, For they saw that the kingdom of the Grecians did oppress Israel with servitude. There it is again. Those are the Greeks. All right. Had us in captivity. All right. And you see a lot of that Greek architecture still to this day here in Babylon the Great. Okay. But yeah, another precept to show you another nation having us in captivity, oppressing us with servitude. We had to serve all these freaking nations. So seeing these things, reading them, being able to receive it, why would you be against the Lord's program or his process or his will concerning these damn nations being under us? They did us horribly, man. And it was all the will of Yahweh Shema was shot, man. All right. Yeah, we want peace more than anything. But if the Lord say he's gonna pay them a recompense, then that's what it is, man. And if the Lord's with it, then we are all with it too. Yeah, Esau, Edom, and his entire freaking nation is going into slavery more than any other nation. But the rest of these nations, all right, they're going in the damn so-called Africans, the Hamites, man, Cushites, all them. They sold us to these idiots, man. Their ass is going into captivity too, man. They just as wicked as any other nation. Them damn Hamites, man. They kind of look like us, so it's more confusion. Woe to us for confusion of face, man. All right, we don't know who for face value. That's why you gotta try the spirit by the spirit, man. All right, because there's a lot of confusion going on. But the whole point of the lesson was just to show you, hey man, that these other nations did have us in captivity, bro. And there's going to be payback for that. They are going into captivity while we, Lord willing, we make it this go round, while we thrive and flourish in the actual kingdom of Yahweh Bahashem and Hawashai. Yes, there's going to be slaves during the time, which is going to be all eternity, that Malak Yahweh is ruling, man, over the entire freaking universe. All right. Yeah, like what's so hard to understand about that other than those lies that you inherited, man? That's the only reason that I can really think of that a person or Israelite, all right, would be against other nations going into captivity under us, man. It's only right. Thus saith Yahweh Shema Shah. The Lord didn't necessarily have to do that, but we know that the Lord is, perfect in all his ways. He's a just power. So, if he's the one that made us, all right, because man's going to other Lord, made us go to hell off anyway, why wouldn't he let us have these other people in the captivity if he is a just God? Right? Only makes sense, man. Because the Lord is the one. He could have. We didn't. If it was the will of Yahweh, we wouldn't have had to do any of this. He could have made us perfect all the way through, man. Could have made all the other nations, be under subjection, and everyone could have lived good, but that wasn't his will. He had this we call it a movie, this big long movie, all right, that he wanted to create for himself, all right, and we're living through it, man. All right, we're living it, all right. And that's just a huge stumbling block for a lot of our people, that the fact that the Lord is going to do whatever he wants to do, man. Y'all need to get on the Lord's level. The Lord don't need to get on yours, man. All right. So get with the program, get with his program, because there is a great reward. All right. And there's great blessings and there's good times. All right. Serving Yahweh Shem Al Shah. And guess what, man? We are almost done with all the bad, crazy stuff, man. We're not going to skip it. But there, after this crap, all right, with these idiots trying to attack us and all that stuff, man, and Eve catching her smoke because she's long overdue. It's nothing but good times to be had for the Hebrew Israelites. So I'm gonna tell you, as a captive, man. All right, it's gonna suck for you other nations. All right, you Esau, Edom, you Hamites, all right, Moabites. It's gonna suck, man. This sucked. All right, it's not gonna be fun at all, and you're gonna hate every second of it. Just letting you know, we had to go through it. We lived it, and hell, look how much y'all follow us in our captivity. It shows you we gotta be those peculiar people, all right? The salt of the earth that everyone's following in our captivity. Everyone's trying to talk like us, dress like us, and we ain't even at nowhere close to being in our power and our strength and our glory. Show y'all how we really dress, how we really talk. You know what I mean? Yeah, hey, when we get in this kingdom, ain't gonna be nothing, no more of that, pretending and trying to be like us. Hey, you ain't even gonna have, the type of garments that we gonna have, the material. Y'all gonna be in slave gear. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna be no more Air Force Ones and Jordans. We're gonna do away with all that crap too, man. But I'm saying you're not gonna be able to get your hands on, or what we're gonna be able to get our hands on, by serving Yahweh by Shema Shah. So you might as well go ahead and enjoy it, Esau, and get as many pair of Air Force Ones and Jordan as your heart desire. Yeezy, whatever the hell y'all be, spending your damn money on, and you better live it up, man, because that clock is ticking, man, and the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. So prophecy is gonna come to pass. All right, let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 14. Right. All right. and our brother Jeremiah say in verse 14, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why did the prophet Jeremiah say this and ask this, man? It's because he's realizing all the captivity that we have been in and currently are in, to the point where you just gotta ask, were we created just to be servants to every freaking nation under in the earth? Well, no, it's actually supposed to be the exact opposite. But guess what? We blew it. We blew it. You know, and the Lord let our enemies get very, very high above us, so much so that even within our own nation, letting the women rule over us and the children oppress us, man. This was a terrible thing that happened to us, man. That's why we had that realization, that acknowledgement, and we move with the fear of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man, because we understand now, oh man, the Lord is greatly to be feared, man. All right, we don't want no more problems with Yahweh Bahashem Shai and the Lord. No, we don't want to go through this again. All right. So it'll behoove us, if we, realizing these things and we don't want to go through this hardship again, hey, serve the Lord. Come back to Yahweh Bashem Hawashah while there's still time, while the gates of mercy are still open, and stop fronting. It's not going to get you anywhere. You ain't going to do nothing with that fronting if the Lord just don't bring immediate judgment upon you. All that's going to happen, you dumbass Israelites out there that just don't want to get it together, you're just going to get old and die. And the Lord so cold, he'll bring you, which is a stumbling block to a lot of you guys. The Lord so cold, he'll bring you right back. All right. Same spirit, different body, and you'll be serving the same damn captivity as you did in your previous life, man. That's a stumbling block to, for Israelites, man. They don't know how the Lord operate, man. We're just now learning. We're just now coming back. And if we really knew how the Lord operated and how he set these things up with his, infinite wisdom, I mean, it will bug us out, man. But we are coming back into that, that bond, that connection with our power. And we thank Yahweh Shai for his sacrifice and his work, so we could receive, these instructions, man, via the Spirit. All right. And let's go still in Jeremiah. Let's go to 16 and verse 21. No, 16 and 10. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us, man? The people are asking, hey, why all this bad stuff is happening to the Israelites? Ain't we supposed to be the children of the Most High? Or what is our iniquity, or what is our sin that we have committed against Yahweh our God, man? Then shalt thou say to them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord Yahweh, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law. Ooh, that's a lot. The Lord goes a lot. All right. And ye have done worse than your, good gracious, and ye have done worse than your fathers. For behold, ye walk everyone after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me. Now more than ever, in the last days, the end of this book, that's the spirit that our people are coming after. They're walking after other gods, man, serving and worshiping them, or just completely have forsaken, Yahweh Shema Shai, just doing whatever they want to do and have not kept the law, man. All right. And the Lord went and you wonder, another stumbling block is that the Lord will punish, generations of your family. All right, like you see people that live in the hood where they gotta, where they're getting shot at, and there's a lot of gang banging and prostitution and drugs running rampant. Brooklyn in the '80s and shit. Compton in the '90s and all that shit, man. How you know that these aren't either the actual spirits that were there saying, let the blood of Malaki Hawashai be upon them, or their descendants, man. Why you think they're in these environments where they're getting shot and there's like um mothers who have lost all their damn children to violence in the streets, quote unquote. All right, these are probably the Israelites, or their families that said, that was talking about Malachi Hawashai in the prophets. This is how the Lord operate. Again, that's a huge stumbling block to the unlearned Israelites, so they don't know how the Lord getting down, man. All right, but hey. This is why we have so much bondage. This is what Jacob's trouble is for. This is it now. This is gonna be the last go round, and it's gonna end with fire. The Lord said He's gonna destroy this earth with fire this time. And when we go, hey, the earth is gonna abide forever, just like the world ended before, right? But it's still here. All right. So the Lord overflowed the earth with water before, quote unquote, destroyed the earth. All right, the world came to an end. That age, it's gonna happen again. The earth's still gonna be here, you see, but the Lord not a man that He shall lie. He said He was gonna bring fire, and we have received, through prophecy, revelation, exactly how that's gonna go down, man. All right, nuclear missiles, World War III, and then you're gonna see the second coming of Malachi Hawashai, and He's not coming like He came the first time. All right. He coming with all glory, all power, all, he bring it, Lord willing, He bring out the, bring it all out. You know what I mean? Music. I hope He come. I pray the Lord come with glorious music and everything, man. But hey, we just trying to teach our people, man. And again, just reiterating, going back, and I mean, how or why we experience so much bondage, man. All right, and to hell with any Israelite that really have receive this and still want to uplift these other nations, man. This is between the Lord and us, man. These other nations really ain't got nothing to do with it. So hell yeah, they're going into captivity. All right, we got put in bondage, and they were able to rule over us because we messed up, man. All right, and we're not gonna get caught up in it this time, man. I'm telling you, we're not gonna get caught up in this wrath of Yahweh by Shema Shai this time. And I speak for the Lord's hopeful elect, man. Everyone else of our nation is to hell with them. They're the same spirits that was bucking up against the Lord before. They're doing it again. Every generation, when they come back, they're doing the same thing, man. All right, the scriptures teach us about the spirit of the prophets being subject unto the prophets. That means, whatever spirit the Lord had you in, you're gonna remain in that. If you a wicked Israelite, you're gonna remain that way. All right. If you was chosen pursuant to Romans 8:29 predestination to be a righteous Israelite, you're gonna come out of it and you're gonna navigate your way through it no matter what. All right, there's nothing that's going to be able to separate the love of Yahweh Shem Shai, for his hopeful elect. I'm paraphrasing. All right, let's go to revisit it one more time, a couple more precepts, man. That'll be it. Deuteronomy 28, right? You already know. Verse 1. This is the quote-unquote contract, right? And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy God, and to observe and to do all His commandments, which I commanded thee this day, that the Lord Yahweh thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth, and blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee. If we would have kept doing what we supposed to do, we would have had so many blessings that it was going to overtake us. Scriptures speak about the Lord being able to bless you so much that you won't have room enough to receive it. That's how we supposed to be living. Talking about rich, I'm talking about beyond rich. You talking about fine, I'm talking about beyond fine. All right, and it go from the eldest man to the youngest child. We would all been just draped and just loving life. But you already know what happened, man. We went the hell off. Everybody did. Some more than others, some more treacherously than others, but we all have felt short. We all have felt short of the glory of Yahweh Shema Hawashai. And again, this is actually, it was the will of the Lord that we did fall short. All right. So he could do all these things. So he could, have his son come down here and do what he did, do his work, complete his mission. All right. And then we follow in that same suit and complete our work and complete our mission. And eventually, it's gonna be good. I mean, for Esau Edom, it's good now. I mean, for the super rich, the so-called elite, hell, they living good, man. Got their own plantations and farms and their own cattle. They don't have to eat this stuff, man. All right. Can hop on a private jet anytime they want. A bad storm come their way. Oh, it's nothing. I'm hopping on a jet. And I'm talking about the real super rich, the ones that pay the NBA commissioner and things like that. Because everybody else just kind of fronting. They got a little bit more than us, but they, one false move, man, and they'll be right down here with us, man. All right. And verse 15, it says, but, all right, there's that but. See, the Lord had went into a list of blessings that would come upon us if we uh observed and kept them commandments. But in verse 15 it said, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy God, all right, to observe and to do all his commandments and statutes which I command thee this day, that all the curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And oh my goodness, it went into detail about some of the curses that were to fall upon us. And if you're a Hebrew Israelite, hey man, you should definitely fall upon at least one of these curses, man. If you're a real Israelite, you should be able to receive that this is happening to you, man. All right. Everything. I mean, we would just be bugged the hell out, forget our nation. Our children will be sold, all right, to these people, all right. And ultimately, hey, we will serve out all this captivity for many, many, many years. And guess what? The Lord, said, hey, that last go round, I'm gonna hit you up again, bring you to Babylon, a lot of y'all to Babylon the Great on them verse. You already know it's in verse 28. I mean, Deuteronomy 28th chapter. With those slave ships, man, bring thee into Egypt again. All right, and here we are in Egypt, bondage. All right, because Egypt is synonymous with bondage, and we're here in our captivity again. We're a few years removed from being hung in trees like that. So our people, yeah, I mean, they have no connection to our heritage, man. No connection to true biblical history as it relates to us. So they don't care about us actually being in hardcore bondage on this actual land, man, and the lands that we served out captivity in as well, man. All right, that's why they can't receive any of the Bible. Nothing. Nothing but blessings. Any type of, their ears perk up, blessings, and they love shit like that. What's it? Prosperity gospel. That's all our people care about is prospering in our captivity. They don't care about nothing else. Long as it got to do with them prospering or a precept that make them think that they're doing the right thing. Oh man, they're gonna keep on in their wickedness, man. All right. And I mean, and that's what it says in verse 32. Look, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Hey, that's slavery, man. All right. And thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. There's nothing we could do. All right. They came and got us generation through generation, and not just, I mean, all of them, the Syrians, the Babylonians, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans. All right. They all had us in captivity, man. All right. The Hamites, some type of bondage, some type of captivity, man. All right. So we just have to remember that, man, how we got to this point. And we're prophesying through the Spirit. It is almost over, Israel. Hold on to your senses, man. Hold on to your wits, man. And don't blow it right at the end, because we have too much blood, sweat, and tear. That's why we don't give a, and I don't give a flying flip. All right, about the 2/3 either, because if you could really receive how much blood, sweat, and tears us individually, collectively, our families have experienced, man, all right, you wouldn't buck up against the prophets of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, you would desire a recompense, man, or both a righteous one for us and a wicked one for everybody else, man. We don't have time to, especially the women. Oh my goodness, they have no idea. They have no idea how bad it's about to get for them. See, the Lord owed Eve from back in the garden, so I could only imagine. Call your raw, that means fear. Your raw to your how about Shema Hawashah, because I would hate to be in Eve's position, man. Just knowing, just even being in this truth, seeing how the Lord has chastised us. Lord has chastised me, and that's being in his truth. How much more these wicked unrepenting, unsorrowful women of our nation, just breaking every damn slocket, breaking every commandment, that the Lord has given us, and they ain't looking back at all. Just moving forward with wickedness, man. The Lord gonna get them something nasty, and a good way He's gonna do that is simply, especially the people here in Babylon the Great, the women here in Babylon the Great, it's simply just changing the state of the earth, man. All right, it's you're able to do things now. Hey, it's the so-called summertime. A lot of women are taking their girls trips and taking their vacations and stuff. The Lord just gonna put a stop to all that. And these weak ass women, especially on the western side of the world, they ain't gonna know how to act. They ain't gonna know what to do. And ain't nobody. The Lord gonna put a cold spirit on all men. All that grape stuff, man. Look, man, I pray at least for the whores, you know what I mean? That's not even their fate. Cause guess what, man? If they don't grape them and then put them to sleep, then what's the point? And the reason why I say that is cause Eve liked that shit anyway. You ever heard of a gangbang or getting the train or the running a train? Eve liked shit. She liked multiple rides, man. She might get off on that. You see what I'm saying? Oh no, 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 we're not going that route. Oh no, 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 no. Make no mistake about it. Some women are definitely, the Lord's gonna give some women over to that, and it ain't gonna be like how they think. But I hope, for these whores, these women that have just been ride after ride after ride. Come on, man, we need some different type of judgment for them wicked ass women. You see where I'm coming from? But I'm gonna leave it at that before I get on a whole nother subject complaining about these women, man. All right. But again, just a quick epistle about, our captivities. And you better believe that the Lord is righteous and He is just. And that since all these other nations had us beneath them, all right, that the Lord is going to do the same thing. Remember, we're supposed to be above, where is it at? Deuteronomy 28 and yeah, verse 1. That the Lord Yahweh thy God will set thee on high above. That's not equal. Above, all right? It's not equal. Not equal to or not the same, all right? Just like everybody know Esau Edom is above, above everybody. I mean, we're supposed to be above. And it just didn't just say Esau, Edom. It said all the nations of the earth. We messed up, and guess what? We the laughing stock of the earth. Things all are changing, and be that as it may, laughing stock as it may be. These idiots, and I'm talking about the other nations, they still following us. No matter what. Again, I mentioned all they want to dress like us, talk like us, screw like us, should I say love like us, you know, it just don't stop. They're just following us, man. And unfortunately for those idiots, they're following the wrong people. It's not like they're following the prophets, these other nations, and trying to be like the prophets of the Lord. They're following these 2/3 idiots, all right? These other women of the other nations. They want to be whores and have big butts and big lips like Eve, being a whore. These other nations, Edomites, they want to be like Jake. They want to gangbang. They want to claim the set. They want to put on their Air Force Ones and their J's, man. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord gonna deal with them as well, man. It's gonna be hey, just because this is called Jacob's trouble, don't you think for a second that the other nations ain't got some wrath coming too, man? Because y'all did, have us in captivity. It's over with. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.